The painting exists somewhere between memories and imagination. A place where you can hide, where flowers and nature make the whole world freeze. And today, I will write it. My name is Sasha. I am a very young artist from Kyrgyzstan, and I have been painting all my life. I draw nature, mainly because nature makes a lot of sense. Interestingly, I feel some of my paintings and remember the feelings I felt when I was living that moment of my life while I was painting them. That is, I can preserve associations and my memories not only through songs, someone's gifts, but also through my own paintings, putting my soul into them while I create. So welcome to my channel. Maybe this video is playing in the background while you go about your business. You draw, study, or just watch the process. I'll be right here. To tell the truth, I thought gouache would stay somewhere in art school, and I would never return to it. Who knew that it was not necessary to take a large sheet format and suffer? You can also take a small one. Spoiler alert, it's 10 times more difficult because there are as many details as there are. But I really like it. And I also get high that each of my next paintings becomes more detailed and deeper. When I mix colors, I always think about sensations before I think about accuracy. Is this color warm or cold? Does it make me feel like I'm standing in the sun or walking into the shade? Color is first an emotion and then a visual perception. At least that's how it works for me. I grew up in Kyrgyzstan, surrounded by mountains and vast expanses in all directions. As a child, I didn't see it as a source of inspiration. For me, it was just a house, just a world. But as I grew up and became more serious about painting, I began to realize that all these landscapes were quietly accumulating in me, just like light reflected in water. Now, when I draw, I don't invent, I remember. The green color that I mix is this deep, shady forest green. This is the color of the trees near our house in summer. It's a real green. The green one I was standing in, looking up at, breathing in. That's the essence of drawing from nature, from memory, or out of love. It's never just a technique. Each brush stroke is a tiny act of attention. You say, I noticed that. It was important to me. Something that I find very meditative about drawing is repetition. You make similar strokes over and over again, touching, pressing, lifting the brush, and there is a rhythm in it that calms the soul. I think that's why I draw, not just to create something beautiful, but because the process of drawing itself is a kind of peace. I once read that creativity is one of the oldest forms of therapy, that even before we had words to describe our feelings, we left marks on the walls, sculpted figures out of clay, and painted patterns on the stones. Something inside us strives to create. It strives to bring out what is inside, outside, to where we can see it. I believe in it. When it's hard for me, when the day seems confusing or too noisy, I sit down with brushes and paper, and something changes. Not dramatically. It's just, the world is becoming a little more manageable. All thoughts fade into the background, become clouded. I can't fix everything, but I can draw this tree. I can mix exactly this beautiful shade. That's enough. The trees are my favorite part of this composition. They stand in the background of the painting like guardians, dark, dense, and a little mysterious. The middle ground is a soft, rolling field between the trees, and the place where wildflowers will grow. It should look open, by air, as if you can enter it and walk along it for a long, long time. I'm loving it. I like that painting teaches you to see. Before I really started painting, I just looked at the world. Now I'm watching him, delving into him. There is a difference. Watching is so passive because you perceive what is in front of you. Watching is already sensual. You ask questions. Why is this shadow purple instead of gray? Where exactly does the light fall on this petal? How many different shades of green are there in one field? Once you start asking these questions, it's impossible to stop. The world is becoming infinitely interesting, infinitely rich. I go outside and see paintings everywhere. It's like walking in a fairy tale when the light breaks through the leaves, in the color of dust on a summer road, in the exact shape of the cloud before it dissipates. Everything is a subject for study. I think that's one of the things I want most for this channel. I want you to look at the world a little differently after watching it. You don't have to draw, although that would be great, but just to notice. Stop for a moment and look at the colors and shadows on a small flower growing in a crack on the sidewalk, and think, it's beautiful someone could have drawn it. The flowers in my painting are small, loose, scattered, maybe little daisies or something similar to them. I use the tip of a small brush and try not to think too much. The flowers in the meadow don't line up in rows. They are not symmetrical. They grow where they want, and that's what makes them beautiful. This is a lesson that I had to learn and relearn. Relax. Trust the brush. Trust the paint. When you squeeze the brush too hard, when you try to control every stroke, the painting becomes stiff and lifeless. She's losing her life. The secret is to keep your intention loose. That's what I'm looking for in my work. It's a feeling of abundance, an overflowing life. In painting, you have the right to be creative. You can take your favorite flower from one meadow and place it next to the grass you remember from another, and the light you saw last Tuesday, and it will all be in harmony. Painting is the art of creating your own world. During the time that I have been painting, it is patience that has changed the most. When I first started, I wanted to get to the good part as soon as possible, to the finished painting, to the beautiful painting, to the one that I imagined in the beginning. But the process has taught me that there is no good part separate from the whole. Each stage is a good part. The underdrawing is the good part. The layer that will eventually be closed and become invisible is the good part. You always draw it all at once. I think about it a lot outside of painting. We spend so much time waiting for us to get somewhere, to a complete, better version of ourselves, to a better version of our lives. But we are always in the process, in the current, the stream. You need to be able to enjoy the process of achieving a goal, and there's something beautiful about it, if you can afford to see it. When I draw, I not only look at the pattern, I remember. This is what I would say to anyone who wants to start drawing. Fill your eyes. Go outside and really look at things. Sit for 5 minutes in a beautiful place. Watch the shadows move. Look at the same tree, morning and evening. You're collecting. You are creating a visual library that will live in you forever. And one day, when you sit down with a brush, it will manifest through your hands without even asking you about it. While I'm painting, I don't allow myself to just stop. I usually keep fussing, constantly finding something else to touch. And finally, I just put the brush down, and I leave the picture as it is. When a painting is actually finished, not abandoned, there is a very specific feeling that I don't have the right word for. It's not just a victory. It's quieter. It's more like a confession. It was as if something that was already true became visible, and you were the one who picked up the brush at the right moment. And I just look and smile. I've been painting for a long time, and most of that time she just lived in my studio, or in the homes of people to whom I gave paintings. I hadn't thought about sharing this with the public for years, because to be honest, it never occurred to me that it could mean anything to anyone outside of my inner circle. Then, I started thinking about the conversations I didn't know how to have with people in my everyday life, about why certain things are so beautiful, about how creating things with your own hands affects your relationship with the world, about the special attention it takes to look at something and try to draw it, about slowness, about what slowness costs and what it gives in return. I wanted to find people who would be interested in paying attention to this. If you're here, I think you might be one of them. I do not know how your day is going. I do not know what brought you here, but there's something about watching a quiet video in the middle of the day, about how you paint a meadow with wildflowers. I think it means something. Maybe you needed to take your mind off it for a few minutes and not ask anything in return. This channel was created to become such a place. Every painting I paint here is created from the time I spent completely immersed in it, in color, in light, in what I was thinking about while working. This time is captured in colors. When I give away a painting, I give away the day I spent on it. And what opens up in you when you look at it is yours, not mine. That's not what I did. This was what the painting reveals to the viewer. It's completely different. That's what I cling to when I wonder why it all matters. Here it is, my lawn. She's not exactly what I imagined at first. Paintings are never like that. Somewhere along the way, she gained her own personality. That's what I like about painting. You start with a plan and end up with a different one, and your result always turns out to be better. Your idea has been brought to life, with so much work and effort put into it. I hope that when you look at this painting, you will feel something. I hope it will remind you of some spacious and unhurried place, about some place where you want to return, or about some place where you have never been, but which for some reason you recognize. That's all I ever want from my paintings. Create a place that feels real, a place made up of color, light, and the quiet love I feel for the world I grew up in. The mountains, the fields, and the incredibly blue sky of my house. If you've watched this video to the end, thank you. Really, thanks. This channel is still small and new, and every viewer means more to me than I can put into words. If you want to see more paintings, more nature, more of the world as I see it through the brush, please subscribe. And if something in this video touched you, inspired you, or made you want to pick up a brush, please do it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you would draw. I'm very interested in finding out. Until the next meeting, find something beautiful today. It's closer than you think.